Good morning, my little dumpster fire babies. How's everyone doing this morning? I hope that everyone's day is off to a wonderful, fantastic start. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Carrington. If you have not yet hit that subscribe button, especially if you have been here a time or two, I absolutely invite you to hit the subscribe button and click the little bell so I'll be notified of all my future uploads. As well as if you enjoyed this video, this type of content, definitely give this video a thumbs up. And let's go ahead and let's get into the review of this Klarity Kosmetics Mauve Wedding Palette. So I just purchased this over Black Friday. I think it's really cute, really simple. I have a really important work or business meeting today, so I wanted my makeup, my eye makeup especially, to be something kind of light, kind of cute. I feel like we could definitely achieve that with this, where it's still a little bit hello, hi, I'm here, but also but I'm not overly here. Do you know what I'm saying? Where you want to be a statement, but you don't want to be too much of a statement. That's what I'm trying to go for, and I feel like we could really do that with this palette. The shimmers are really intense, but I feel like these are pretty good neutral type shades. And then here, these are leaning a little bit more neutral. Of course, these two right here are super, more colorful, but I feel like they're still muted enough that it would still look good. So that's all that we're reviewing today, is just this palette. I have not done just a palette review in such a long time, so I figured I would do that today with this palette. So if you guys are excited to see the look that we come up with and what I think of this palette, then definitely keep on watching. Let's go ahead and let's start off with some swatches of this really beautiful palette. Before we begin, the front of it looks very, very marbled. It has some gold words on it that kind of reflect, so you can read it a little bit easier. On the inside, you do get a little nice sized mirror, and then you have all of the shades right there. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start off with the swatches. So we have this right here. This is a very icy silver, and this is Whole Lotta Glow. Next up is going to be Sugar Plum. This is a very deep berry burgundy type shade. Next up is we have Best Friend. This is kind of a warmer terracotta type shade. Then we have Hazelnut Latte. This is kind of a yellowish brown. And then for the very last shade, we have Penny Champagne, which is exactly that. It's definitely has that champagne in it, but it does have a little bit of some bronziness with it as well. So let's go ahead and let's just start diving on into the eye look. I personally would like to use every single shade that comes in this palette. So we're just going to kick it off. We're going to start right there with that Hazelnut Latte. I'm just going to pick a little bit up on my brush. It does have some slight kick up in the pan, not a ton. And it did pick up on my brush nicely. So let's see. Yep. Okay, actually let me zoom you guys in. All right, so we got you zoomed in, and I'm just working on this in the crease and above for a nice transitionals type shade. It's very pretty. On the eye, I'm more so picking up a orangish yellow, which in the pan, it does have some yellowness to it. I feel like it was leaning a little bit more brown than what it's appearing on the eyes, but that's fine. It's not the end of the world. I'm sure the end look will be great either way. I was kind of expecting something a little bit different, but I don't think it's the end of the world, and I think it'll go fine with my outfit. My outfit is a little black with a little hint of some olive, so I think this will be fine. I think it'll be fine. It'll be great. It'll be great, Susie. We're going to go ahead and move on into that next shade, which is going to be this right here, which is Best Friend. Let me tell you about my best friend. So I will, yep, all these shades are really pigmented. When you do tap your brushes in, there is going to be some kick up in the pan. I know there are people out there that hate that. I don't know. I guess I just don't really care a whole lot, as long as it's not really falling out terribly on my face, which none of these shades are falling out on my face thus far. I will say with Clarity Shimmer Formula, I do glitter prime my eyes, so I just want that to be known. I do glitter prime my eyes, so it has the best chance to stick. But with that, it still does create a little bit of fallout onto the face. So I will just say that about like their shimmers. Their shimmers are so very, very pigmented. They are a little bit like crumbly. I'll show you what I mean when we get to like the actual shimmer part, but yeah, it can definitely be crumbly. You definitely get fallout on the face. So for Klarity palettes, I would usually always recommend you do your eye first, unless you're okay with the fallout that's going to happen on your face that you will then have to go in and clean up, because it can be a little much, just a tiny bit much. No, okay, hold on. So then the last shade for matte wise is going to be this Sugar Plum shade, and that's going to go right on my outer corner. That one had a lot more kick up than the other ones, but I am using a more densely packed brush, so I find that to be expected. Just going to really start working that on the outer portion of my eye. It's a very beautiful shade. Very beautiful. And then I'm going to just kind of lightly swoop it over in my crease a little, just to add a little bit more depth to it, I think. I've now NYX glitter primed my eyeballs. So we're going to go into this shimmer shade for all over the lid, the Penny Champagne. Again, you know, you have to be very careful because it does pick up a lot, but it can get crumbly pretty quickly. But their shimmers are fantastic. It is a great shimmer formula if you're okay with doing your eyes first, so you can clean up the fallout. Because I think, do I have any fallout? I have a little bit of fallout. Not a ton, but I do have some fallout. But again, like their shades are just very, very pretty. They're like immaculate. I mean, do you see that? It's like we're gonna make a statement for ourselves here. Okay. And the statement is, hello, I am fierce. I am important. I am valuable. Alright, so I am back now to go ahead and diving into the lower lash line and the inner corner. So with the lower lash line, I just want to kind of repeat exactly what we did on top. So I'm just going to take a brush. I'm going to take that first shade, that Hazelnut Latte, and we're going to start smoking that on out. Then we're going to just go into that shade Best Friend, which is that next darker shade, and we're going to focus that a little bit closer to the lash line. I don't need it to go super far down. And then we'll go into that Sugar Plum, which was that darkest shade, that like burgundy maroon. I'll just focus that right and like the very outer portion of your eye. I'm now going to go into that very first shade, Whole Lotta Glow. I'm going to take that little brush, pick it up, see if it'll pick up on the brush. Okay, yeah, it kind of does. So I am back with the completed and final look, testing out the new Klarity Cosmetics. Well, I don't know if this is a new palette or not, but I just picked it up. A Mauve Wedding palette. Alright, I'm actually really surprised. I'm actually really happy with how everything came out. I know this is a really nude lip combo, but it's the Natasha Denona from the My Dream collection. Seriously, I love it so much. Like, this is probably one of the only nudes that I will wear. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's talk about this palette. First of all, I love just like how small, compact it is. You know, there's not like an overwhelming amount of colors. So if you are somebody where you like something really small that honestly you could just, you know, pick a couple of shades and it be foolproof, this is great. This is fantastic. I think they all went really well together. They all worked nicely together. The colors were pigmented. They blended well. It wasn't muddy, anything like that. This is a very, very pigmented palette. Klarity Cosmetics matte formula in general is very, very pigmented. So please make sure that you are well aware that if you buy anything from them, they are pigmented. So don't just be like sitting there swirling your brush around a lot, and then the next thing you know, you covered your whole entire face with products, because you know you got to put it somewhere. So just be mindful. These are very, 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 very pigmented. You do get a little bit of kick up in the pan. I'm okay with kick up in the pan, truthfully. The only thing I really experienced a lot of fallout with was like the glitter shades. I love Clarity's formula. It's a really, really good formula. Again, it was just very foolproof. I'm ready to go to work. I'm ready to rock the day. It was just so easy to use. Well, I would 100% recommend this palette. So that is it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you did, definitely give this video a thumbs up. If you guys have still not yet hit that subscribe button, I absolutely invite you to do so. Click the little bell because I'm always testing out tons of new makeup. So if that's something you're into, then definitely hit the bell as well. Go follow me over on Instagram. That is linked down below. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye.